So you got Kamala Harris supporters and her fake Boule members trying to counsel the great Janet Jackson. Well, let's do some research. Let's get the cat out of the bag because we're going to prove to you that Kamala Harris is not black. First of all of y'all who are saying the one drop rule, there's two things. One, if you believe the one drop rule, you also believe that black people are 3/4 of a human being. Because the same people who gave you the one drop rule wrote that into their constitution. Secondly, the one drop rule was not for biracial people. If you was biracial, you was already considered black. The one drop rule was for the product of biracial people. And when the product went out and married a 100% white person and they had a baby, they considered that baby black because they wanted to keep white blood pure. So you're also a racist if you believe in the one drop rule. Now, let's get to it. This is a Jamaican, but he's biracial. He's not black. He's 50% white, 50% black, which makes him biracial. The word bi means of two. This here is a Jamaican who happens to be black. So if he was to say what he was, he would call himself a black Jamaican. His nationality is Jamaican. His race is black. This here is a Jamaican too, who is white. This is his father, and this is his mother. He's a white Jamaican. So now, just because someone says you're Jamaican doesn't mean you're black. As we see here, there happens to be 85,878 Caucasians in Jamaica. There also happens to be 32,224 Chinese. There also happens to be 91,246 East Indians and Afro-East Indians, which Kamala Harris's father is Afro-East Indian. He is half Scottish, half Indian, and black, and he was born in Jamaica. Imagine saying, hey, a South African was coming to dinner and he shows up. Yeah, because you're using nationality to describe race. She clearly said, while on the show with her, who was a South Indian, when she said, most people don't know you're a South Indian like me, she said, yes. Yes. She did not stop her to say, and I'm also black. She said she was South Indian. Listen.
Yes.
You are Indian.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling
Look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people
You
we're
do.
related already,
Yeah.
so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so, were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food. Lots of rice and yogurt, potato curry, dal, lots of dal, idli.
Yes, Italy.
So, taking the long way home, Janet Jackson is perfectly correct. She's not a black woman. If a woman who was biracial, who had a white mother and a black father, who said her mother was raising her to be a black woman, all you black women would lose your mind because you would say, how can a white woman raise a black woman? It's the same as, how can a woman raise a man? Or how can a black person raise a Latino? I could teach it to be a decent human being. I could teach it how to bathe and clothe and clean and do everything it needs to do. But I can't teach it about Latino culture. And an Indian woman can't make a black woman. At best, she can make a decent human being. But just because you study someone's culture, study someone's mannerism, or you live next to someone, that doesn't make you black. So she could have read all the books she wanted to, studied all the culture she wanted to. She still is not black. Kamala Harris doesn't know anything about being called nappy-headed, because Kamala Harris has the type of hair that black women are teased for wearing. Yeah, I think when y'all think those weaves you wearing, hair weaves from India, y'all think it's the Native Americans. No, it's the people from India. Even the people of India are not claiming her right now. But you can't not be the product of two and be black. Why every biracial person with black in them always claim they're black? Why don't these biracial people claim the other side? She's biracial, so Janet Jackson was not wrong. So D.L. Hughley,